lot of different issues from the James Comey interview to the Trump saga. In fact, Stormy Daniels, the porn star in the controversy with Donald Trump, has just arrived at federal court for the hearing where Michael Cohen, his personal attorney, is trying to stop the government from being able to review the items they took when they raided his offices and a home and hotel room. A lot to talk about. Let's go to the phone. Let's go to Arnetta in Philadelphia, WURD, home of Charles Ellison. Arnetta?
Yes, good afternoon, Reverend Al Sharpton. How are you?
I'm well.
Okay. I am calling Reverend Al because, number one, I believe that the incident at Starbucks is a policy pattern and not an incident. And the reason why I say that is because I'm a 71-year-old Muslim American female customer that was mistreated at Starbucks by a Starbucks manager in their location in the Macy's Center City location during the holidays. Not only did the manager tell me that I could not use the restroom, but he physically snatched the door back out of my hand. There's not a sign on the Macy's Starbucks door that I could not use the restroom without being a paying customer. So I had shopped in Macy's. I had several packages in my home. I clearly was clean. I looked like an avid shopper. So I assumed that after hours of shopping, I could sit down. I could go to the restroom, make my purchase, sit down, and enjoy my coffee as usual. At that location, and I go to that location a lot, there are always a number of people who are sitting for quite some time using their computers and not being harassed, asked to leave. There's no sign on the tables that there's a time limit. When people get up, use their computers, ask for the code to get to the bathroom, they're allowed to go in. I understand that there are a lot of vagrants in the area and that as a store owner, you have to put some sort of courtesy, convenience, and perhaps safety on your customers. So I worked that particular day that was an African-American manager because I talked to the security officer in Macy's when the gentleman would not let me use the bathroom, and I had to go to the third floor to use the bathroom. I asked the security officer, did he know this gentleman? Or was this his pattern of being rude? He told me that he was. So I've worked in the customer service industry for a number of years, so I know that it's not always easy dealing with the public. So I just figured that perhaps the gentleman had a bad day. I did not call Macy's. I did not call Starbucks. Once again, I assumed that it's the holiday time, perhaps the gentleman's having a bad day. But then when I hear that this has happened to this gentleman, I'm quite concerned. Number one, I hope that this is just not swept under the rug just because the CEO comes from whatever, Macy's stands to lose a lot of dollars. So I hope that this is not just swept under the rug. I hope that two things happen. That number one, that these gentlemen are treated fairly in every possible way.
Right.
Whether that be legally, financially, or whatever, because it's an embarrassing situation to be brought out of the store, put in handcuffs. Okay? Number two, on that same issue, I think that Macy's and whatever other large chain stores, like Target, where Starbucks is located, I think that they need to be brought up also on this issue.
Yep.
To assure their customers that they're not going to be mistreated by Starbucks. So I'm calling today, Reverend Al, because I've worked in the legal field for over 2 decades, and so I know that you can go to jail for lying if you go on the witness stand or you lie to lawyers or whatever. But I'm actually willing to take a lie detector test if that becomes necessary and to testify on behalf of the victims of this particular incident.
No, I think you raise a question, and I think that I hear the CEO said he's going to meet with the young men, and I hope they treat them just. But then you've got to do with the policy of Starbucks. We dealt with this in New York with an incident with Barney's, and they've got to institute things that they will pay for to monitor the policy if it's put in. We just can't have this as a, we're sorry and move on. The other thing I think here, though, that's very egregious, that no one is talking about enough is why did the police make the arrest? There was no crime. There was no probable cause. So not only am I questioning Starbucks, I'm questioning the police chief who's black, saying the police did the right thing. What right thing? There was no crime. There was no loitering. The man that said that they were waiting on showed up and said, yes, they're waiting on me. So what was the reason the police went forward and made the arrest? So not only do I think the store manager at Starbucks needs to be dealt with, and they do, the police need to be dealt with on why would you prosecute, or why would you execute, I should say, an arrest when there was no crime or probable cause for crime, and you were being told that I was late, I'm here to meet with them. They were doing nothing. So now you can't sit in a store and it becomes a criminal act. Let's take Tommy from Chicago, WBON 1690, home of the Governor Cliff Kelly. Tommy?
Well, Reverend, you know what? You think one of these days, Reverend, somebody's gonna wake up in this country who's colored, Afro-American, Negro, and get with the program? I mean, Reverend, I sit back and I say, I hear people like, we can't sit down, we can't this, we can't that. Well, Reverend, don't you think it ought to be time where individuals start recognizing and understanding the words that Dr. King says, that we can all live together in peace or perish as fools? And you look around and you start saying, wait a minute, let's go down the line. So you got the Me Too, you got the March for Our Lives, we're running for ours. The individuals are gun control. And Reverend, it just doesn't seem like the individual understands the nature that those of us who work hard, follow the rules and stuff, are under attack. You think that at some point it would be just like the patrons of that Starbucks, which I cried, I put my hands unto the heavens and I said, Lord, I see that there's some kind of hope because somebody in the place has the gumption, has the moral values to say, this is not right. This is not how we should live. And they took the video and someone else tweeted the video. Now, Reverend, I think we want to close with this. This whole thing with Comey, I am sick and tired of hearing about Hillary Clinton, period. That ain't where we at anymore. And when you get down to the crux of all of this stuff, and you hear an individual say that I think a person is morally unfit, but they should not be impeached, then you start to recognize why they over there shooting rockets and stuff over there in Syria, and they're going about their business like every day. So let's just end this with this. If the black people in this country will not come to a conclusion and recognize and understand an individual like yourself and all those who came before that says, hey, look, this is the way we're being treated. This is what we must do. Let's get on board. Let's do something non-violently because I recognize, Reverend, one thing is absolutely clear as I close. Tell me how come I've never been in a riot where we burned down everything in our place and we were mad at the other people. That's one I said, y'all, how to subscribe. I love you, Doc.